Okay, so now we know how to use a visual builder, and now we've got our basic sign-up form set up, ready to go with the information that we need. Let's go ahead and create our first Mailchimp landing page. Let's create something that's nice looking, and we can get something ready to tell people you've got an email list coming soon. We can tell people about the exciting benefits of being onto your email list, and that you're going to be, sending some stuff out soon. So let's get people onto your list straight away. So once you've done this landing page, you can send that out to people and start getting people onto your list straight away. Okay, so process. We go to, well, actually, we don't need to go to campaigns. We can click on the create button at the top, and we simply select landing page. We give it a name. So let's call it our first. Let's call it our first landing page. Whoops, first landing page. And we select our audience, which we've only got one of, and click on begin. Now we get these options for selecting templates. When you first do this, you will get a pop-up window asking you to accept further terms and conditions, and that's just basically accepting the terms and conditions related to the stock images that are used in some of these templates. So some templates that we've got here, we've got 2 for accepting payments, 3 for lead generation, all populated with content and images. And we've got some blank ones for accepting payments, promoting your list, and promoting products. So we're going to click we're going to pick a blank grow your list template. And this is what we have got. So what we can do here is we can simply start by making it wider. We're just going to go to the page and we're going to make it let's make it 100% width, but let's put some padding in of, say, 150 pixels. Keep it nice and central. Background color, I'm going to make it white just to keep it all clean and white. And in the header section, I'm going to add an image here. This is basically an image. I know it says logo, but it's basically an image block with a blank logo wording as an image, if you like. So we're going to replace that. And I'm going to pick my logo, which I've already got in there. If you haven't got an image file, if you do want to put a logo image in here, don't forget to click on upload and upload the image from your computer. So we're going to select the image that's previously been uploaded. Yep, happy with the size of that. I am going to give it a link, and it's going to go to my website. So if people do click on the image, it takes them to my website. Big enticing headline goes here. So this is, I'm not sure, is this heading 1? It might be heading 1 size text. So we can use that to give us a nice sort of, what should we put here? Hey, no. And then we'll put something in here. Let's put in this text box, let's write in something like, you've been following my post for a while now. As you know, on social media, we struggle to keep in touch properly. Often, posts are not seen, and you miss out on some vital information. So, so you don't miss the best of the best. Each week I will share the greatest posts and insights into get yourself in this list now, and you'll be kept up to speed and ahead of the competition. Okay, so yeah, we can pick something. We can type something in a little bit more enticing to get people onto our list. You can also go through and change the text, add images in there, make a big nice page, tell people about you. You can put so much stuff in there. Make it look like a nice sign-up page, give people some information, entice them to come onto your list. Make it enticing, make it interesting. Sell yourself, Okay, so what I've basically done is after putting the logo in, and after putting the headline in, I've put some text in to try and entice people. Obviously, you'd spend a bit more time doing this, to make it look a bit better, to sell it a bit better, to entice people onto your list a bit better. We've left the sign-up form as it is for now, and then I thought I'd put a little text section about me. So what I'm going to do is just make that into a heading 2. No, maybe a heading 3. Move it back over to the left. Okay, yeah, and some great information about me, as you can see, and a picture of me, which is probably a bit big. As you can see, what I did with that picture, I went in there, I inserted a picture, I edited the picture to crop it square, and then in the style, I basically gave it rounded corners to make it from square to perfectly round. Gave it a border, and what I'm going to do is just move this over to the left. I'm going to make it smaller. I can do that like so. And I'm just going to make it smaller properly. So I'm just going to go into edit, and we're going to change it to around about 200 by 200. and save that. Yeah, that's a bit better. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that into a image card. And we are going to put it the caption on the right. We're going to have it 3/4 width. Yeah, 3/4 width. And we're going to use that image again. Insert it. Style the image. I'm going to give it completely rounded corners again to make it perfectly round. And I'm going to give it a border. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to match the border to this back. Whoops. Oopsie daisy. Let's give that background color and a dark gray again. So I'm just going to copy this. And I'm actually going to put the border the same color. And I'm going to make it 6 pixels wide. And it makes it in there quite nicely. The content, I'm literally going to copy this content here, Control C, and then I'm going to insert it here, Control V. We're going to make it all to the left, and we're going to make it all white. Okay, so I've got a nice little about me bit. I'm going to get rid of that block there, and I'm going to get rid of this block here. One more thing I'm going to put in. Social follow icons. Obviously change them to things that you need. Make them relevant to you. I'm going to add another service. I'm going to leave that at email. I'm going to add another service, and we're going to put in Instagram, like so. And then the order I'm going to put them in is, yeah, we'll put Instagram after Facebook. Actually, I'm going to add another one, and I'm going to put LinkedIn in. LinkedIn. I'm going to move that one up to the top. Obviously, I'd go through and change all the URLs for my profile, so when people click on these, it does actually take them to me. The style I'm going to use, should we choose a background? No, let's not. Let's see what else we can do. Icon only. We'll do larger icons like so. Should we do it solid or outlined? I think we're going to leave it like that. Yeah, let's leave it like that. That's fine. So we've got a landing page here that's a little bit more, informative. Yeah, quite happy with that as a landing page. Pretty simple. So we're going to save and close that. Happy with the layout. So the one thing we've got left to change is the subscription box, or the sign up form. Now, if we go into that and edit the settings, we can see it says here, manage available forms fields in your sign up form builder. So we've been through that process. And as we can see, although it's only showing the email address, we've got the options to use for the things that we've actually set up from our form builder. If I open that in a separate page, just as a reminder of what we set up. So we set up first name, email address, phone number, website, data use agreement. They're the fields available, and that's what we've got. Email address, first name, address, phone number, website, data use agreement. So let's ask for people's first name. And let's do the data use agreement as well. We'll have that required, and we'll have that required. And that basically means now people need to enter their email address, they need to enter their first name, and they need to enter their data use agreement. Now we can move things around. We can drag and drop just like on the form builder. But the only restriction we've got is that the email address is always first. We cannot move things above the email address, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame because personally I'd like to ask for somebody's name before asking for their email address. But there's not much we can do about that. We're kind of stuck with that. That's just the way it is. So we've got email address, first name, and we've got the data use agreement there and the subscribe button at the bottom. Now, if we scroll down in the settings, when it comes to the button, we can change the wording. So we can change the text quite easily. So it's a bit more enticing to people to take action. And when people do join, we've got options that we can take. So there's 3 different options. We can have a confirmation message. So when people enter the detail and click on the submit button, then it will disappear and it will show this confirmation message down here. And we can click on this link here just to preview what it's like. So there we go. When they've submitted, that's what it looks like. Success, you've been added to the list. And we can actually change that text here. However, if you have double opt-in turned on, you cannot change that text. It gives you a different text that says something like, go and check your emails. I can't remember exactly what it says. So let's just quickly jump in and turn the double opt-in on and we'll see. Come on, when it loads, internet's being slow. Okay, let's turn the double opt-in on in the audience name and defaults. Okay, this is not a good time for slow internet. I lost the internet, but I'm back. Okay, so we're in the form settings. We're going to enable a double opt-in. Just turn the reCAPTCHA on and save the settings. Let's go back to our landing page. I'm going to have to refresh it. Let's just save and close that, and then refresh. Back in to edit the sign up form. So when we come down to this part here, after the form is submitted, send visitors to confirmation message. And now it says double opt-in is turned on. New subscribers will need to check their email to confirm their subscription. To add subscribers to your list immediately and customize the confirmation message, visit your list settings and switch to single opt-in, which is basically turning double opt-in off. See how your message will appear to visitors who sign up for your list. Let's click on that preview message. And that's the message that we get. Almost finished. We need to confirm your email address. To complete the subscription process, please click the link in the email we just sent you. That's a default message you get if you've got double opt-in turned on. So the other options that we've got, instead of having a confirmation message, is we can go to another Mailchimp landing page. So we could create another landing page and use it just as a thank you page. No subscription form on it, just as a thank you page saying, hey, thank you for joining my list. I really appreciate it. I look forward to sending an email to you soon, or something like that. So we can choose another landing page. And when we select that, it will give us a list of the Mailchimp landing pages that we have available to us, or Mailchimp landing pages that we've created. So you will see that in the list there. So you can pick one of those landing pages, and that's where it will go afterwards. You could have a landing page where you put an offer on, or a course, a service, a product, or something like that. So when people sign up, it sends them to that page and say, hey, would you be interested in this service? It's only whatever, $9.99. Please buy it off me now and give me your money, or something like that. So yeah, you could send them to another landing page, or you can send them to a web address. So if you've got like a page on your website that you want to use as a thank you page, or you've got you want to send them to a video that you've got on YouTube or something like that, and when people have signed up, you know, you can send them straight to that YouTube video, or you can send them straight to your website. And yeah, once they've signed up, that's where they go. So I'm going to leave it on confirmation message now, because there's nothing, I've got nowhere to send them that's relevant on my website for this at the moment, and I don't have a relevant. In fact, actually, what we can do is I do have this thank you page. Yeah, we're going to send it to that. It's another landing page, but it's basically used as a thank you page. So we're going to save and close that, and that's it. We're going to then we can click on preview up in the top right corner, and it will show us how it's going to look on the page. Now, to me, that probably does look a bit wide, and the logo's a little bit overpowering. The sign-up form is very narrow compared to the text boxes. It doesn't look great to me. On the mobile, as you can see, that looks awful. And why is because we've still got this 150 pixels either side. It doesn't look good. So I'm going to close the preview, and we're going to go back to the design page. I'm going to get rid of this pixel padding from the left and the right here. And we are going to make it, let's try 960 pixels wide. Save. Let's click on preview again. And that's looking a little bit better, much better actually. And on the mobile view, yeah, again, it's looking okay. It's not too bad. Oh, I don't know why that's moved. We must have caught that and I've moved that, so we can always move that back down again. And why have we got that? That's strange. Maybe we didn't save it when we refreshed the page. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is make this wider. So I'm going to go to the settings here, and I want this block to be a little bit wider. Let's make it 75% wide. Save and close. I'm actually going to change the button color as well. And I'm going to make it red. No, let's make it Mailchimp yellow, and let's make the text black and bold, so it pops out a bit more. And let's also give it slightly rounded corners. What changing here? Oh, that's the form, sorry. Oh, we're making the form rounded corners, as you can see here. We've got nice rounded corners. So we can have it completely round. It's actually not too bad looking, actually. We're going to leave it like that. And the button, rounded corners, like so. And let's give it a black border as well. Solid border in black. And we'll make it 3 pixels. Super. Click on preview again. Let's have a look, see how it looks. Yeah, it's looking a bit better. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. Mobile looks pretty good on mobile. Quite happy with that. It looks okay. Obviously, spend a bit of time doing this. I'm just going to add a little divider in here. The divider, I'm actually going to make it white and then put a lot more pixels on the top and the bottom. And what that's going to do is act as a spacer between the sign up form and the about me bit. So we're just going to save and close that and preview again. And yeah, we've now got this bit more space here. We've got a bit more space here, which looks better. Yeah. Okay, so happy with that. We've got a landing page. It's quite simple. It definitely looks better than the default sign-up form that Mailchimp provides for us. And yet we can actually create this and we can start getting people onto our list straight away. So next steps, I'm going to save and close this. We're going to give it a page title, and this is what you'll see above in the browser's title bar, which is up in the tab here. So sign up for our newsletter, Lexi Media. Just like that, save. Now when it comes to the URL, the landing page is hosted on Mailchimp, and what it does is it generates a random bit of code, and then we can customize the last section of the URL, and let's call that a welcome or a sign up form. Lexi Media sign up form. We can save that, and as we can see, this is the URL for the page. Now, because we're hosting it on Mailchimp, and there's so many Mailchimp users out there using it, it generates this random code to keep the URL unique, because all the URLs have to be unique. So there could be, you know, if you just call this sign up form, there could be hundreds of people on Mailchimp that have created landing pages called sign up forms. So what it does is it creates it generates a random string of letters and numbers, just to keep the whole URL unique, so that when people do go to it, they go to yours. So we've created the URL. That's the URL that we're going to use to send people to. The list we've already added, and the content we've done. Now in the bottom section here, we've got settings and tracking. We will go over later on in the course on using tracking or using landing pages with the Facebook Pixel, and using landing pages with Google Analytics a little bit later on. But what we are going to do is track with Mailchimp. Now what you'll see here is we've got to accept additional terms. I've actually already accepted it. You may get a pop-up when you click on this, and just to accept the additional terms, because we are now tracking using cookies, it changes the terms and conditions that we're using. Now it says you can let your visitors know about any tracking with a notification bar. They've added the default text, and you can replace our privacy policy and terms with your own. So what we didn't do on our landing page is we didn't actually create a notification bar, so I will go and do that in a minute. We can track with the Facebook Pixel if we want. I'll show you later on how to do that, and we can track with Google Analytics as well. Again, I'll show you how to do that later on. But for now, we're just going to track it with Mailchimp, and we can see reports on our landing pages within Mailchimp. So I'm just going to save that. And just going to quickly go back in and edit the design. Go to the design tab there, go to the notification bar. We're going to turn the notification bar on. First thing I'm going to do is change the color because it's disgusting. And we're going to get rid of that and just put in, you accept our data use terms in our privacy policy. We're just going to put a link to the privacy policy on our website. Insert, and we're just going to spell that right there. So yeah, we've now got a notification bar. As you can see, that's what it looks like on the top. And continue, save and close. And yeah, so we're good to go. We've given it a page title, we've sorted out the URL, we've told it what list it's going on, what list the subscribers are going on to, and it's going into, and we've designed the content as well. Settings and trackings we've done. We've added a notification bar. We're tracking with Mailchimp. We've not added the Facebook Pixel. we've not added Google Analytics, and reCAPTCHA is not enabled for this audience. So that's it. It's in draft, and we are ready to publish, or we can even finish it later and leave it as a draft. I'm going to publish it, and we get a high five off the Mailchimp, and it says your landing page is now live on the web. There's the link, and it gives us some convenient share buttons so we can share it on Facebook or Twitter. Now what it does is it goes on to try and get you to do some more actions by creating an ad or creating a welcome email for your list. So if we click on that link, it's going to open a new tab, and there's the landing page. That is your live landing page. You can send people there now. You can get people to put their information in. So I'm just going to put one in here. And I'm going to agree to the data use agreement, and I'm going to join the amazing email list. And that has forwarded me to another landing page. If you remember, once somebody had subscribed, the action afterwards, we set it to send it to another landing page. And this is the other landing page. It's quite simply just says thank you for subscribing. And if we go into the campaigns, I'll show you where this page lives. Welcome, thank you page. And we can literally go to there and edit it. And we can edit the design. And as you can see, that is it. That's all we've got, is a simple text box there just saying thank you for subscribing. So that's where it sent us to. Okay, so just one more thing before we finish on this. We've created the thank you page. It's not in any folders at the moment, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, that was the first landing page. I'm going to select it, and I'm going to move it to basic sign up landing pages, like so. And it's moved it in there. Now what it does say, it's made changes that may not have been published. Keep editing and publish. Basically, we've moved where it's stored. It doesn't make any change really whatsoever. We just have to click on that link, click on save and publish, and it's back there and ready to go. And if we go to that folder, we can see it in their first landing page. We can see some basic stats, visits, clicks, and subscribes. As we can see, the thank you page that was created doesn't have a subscribe form on it, so it doesn't have the subscribe statistics on it. So that is your first landing page. You can now send that link to people and start getting people to sign up for it. Send it to your friends on Facebook or social media, Twitter, whatever you use. Add it to your Instagram account and start getting people onto your list. And we will work